So the first topic I wanted to discuss today actually comes from an ask on Tumblr, throwing it back to the Tumblr days. I am actually active on Tumblr again these days. So if you wanted to submit any questions. But Anonymous asks, "Hey Stella, hoping this can be for your podcast. I was curious if you feel like your attitude towards guys is manifesting not finding anyone. Asking because I have a similar attitude, men are trash, and my friend called me out saying that if I have that mindset, that's what I will attract. Thoughts?" I just want to preface this by saying that is not my attitude. I'm not one to say men are trash because I don't want to believe that. So obviously, I'm not going to sit here and be like, not all men. Like, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that, as someone who is unfortunately attracted towards cishet guys, you do want to have certain standards, I guess, and qualifications. I do think there is some weight to, like, if you're always focusing on the negatives and always saying men are trash and just looking for something wrong in everyone, that is what you're going to find because that's what you're looking for, even if it's subconscious or not intentional. But I would say throughout these past couple years of, I guess becoming an adult and just moving from the teen scene of dating, quote unquote, and just having these interactions or relationships with guys to now the adult dating pool and, I guess when life was normal, going on dates and talking to people and just doing it in a more mature way. I've definitely learned a lot, and I think that's the beauty in dating. I think I mentioned this in a vlog, but when people say I'm dating to marry, I only want to date someone that's dating to marry, that just doesn't really resonate with me because I feel like there's so much to discover about yourself and about the world in dating and in casual dating. That can mean casual sex or it cannot mean casual sex, but even in just hanging out with different people and meeting different people and learning how to navigate that and communicating, and everyone's different and everyone is going to bring out something different in you, whether it's good or bad. So I just think there's a lot to be discovered. So anyway, throughout all of this, I've definitely learned a lot about what I like, what I don't like, my standards, and I guess also how to set those standards and how to set boundaries and how to just not go along with something or someone because maybe I'm uncomfortable to speak up. But I guess where this idea comes in of, oh, men are trash, it's true in the sense of patriarchy is trash, and a lot of the ways in which we have to interact with men or the ways in which men interact with us are very just trash. Facts. And that can be true without you personally believing men are trash and viewing, I guess, your interpersonal relationships like that. You can be on the lookout for the patriarchal signs, but that doesn't mean you have to say to yourself all the time, men are trash. You know what I mean? It's like I would personally rather have a positive attitude towards dating if it's something that I want to do and just have certain standards. And if someone doesn't meet those standards, okay, on to the next, someone else will, rather than just always having this negative mindset about it. I will say, as someone who continually tries to educate myself about patriarchy and about misogyny and about capitalism and about all of these systems that are kind of set up to make a lot of different types of people fail, the more I guess I'm picky with especially the men that I choose to interact with or spend my time with or invest in. So many cis-het guys are homophobic, misogynistic, transphobic, racist, just all of these things that I disagree with. And, it's even like, oh, well, he's nice to me. It's like, a guy can be nice to you because he finds you attractive and wants to have sex with you, but that doesn't mean that he respects women. Just because he's nice to you doesn't mean he respects you or respects women. If he wasn't attracted to you, would he still be nice to you? Just things like that. And I will say that because I don't know if it's even a subconscious thing. It's just, if someone gives me even a hint that they have any of those characteristics of just not being a good person, I'm just automatically next. It's not even an option in my mind. So I guess with that being said, once I kind of set those standards for myself, and those are just basic things. A lot of people or a lot of guys get cut out of your pool of options. So it just kind of makes things easier in the sense of now I don't have to deal with that. Like, I'm not going to put up with that. That's like a hard no. I feel like a lot of times, and I know that I have definitely done this, especially in the past where I didn't really have as strict of things that I wanted in someone or things that I was not going to put up with. There is a little fear that comes with that because a guy says something or like acts a certain way and we don't necessarily speak out about it or cut them off right away or distance ourselves because we're scared to lose them or that we're going to be alone. But I think once we can realize that attention, and especially male attention, is not hard to find and there's always going to be other guys out there, it makes letting go of those who are not the best for us or those who aren't in alignment with our values and beliefs, it just makes it easier. Okay, you say something homophobic, okay, bye. Like, I'm not, okay, well, at least he treats me good. Like, at least, he texts me back. It's like, okay, there's other people out there that aren't a piece of shit. Or even if it's something personal, like, he's like said this rude thing to me or acts this way or like doesn't text me back or doesn't communicate, but like, at least I have him though. It's like, it's honestly better to just be by yourself, and the attention that we crave, it's like that can be found elsewhere, first of all, but also you can fill that void yourself. And I think that's been a huge part of my personal journey this past year, the past couple years, just kind of realizing like there is that void that I think we all have. But at the end of the day, I think it just really comes down to, it sounds so cheesy, but finding ourselves and being content with ourselves by ourselves. And this quarantine is honestly a great time to do that. Just practice being. I think a lot of people would rather be with someone that isn't right for them than be alone. And it makes sense because, especially as women, we're really taught that, male attention determines our worth. And, our goal in life our purpose in life is to get married and have kids. And we just, everything is kind of pointed towards that. We grow up seeing Disney movies and just seeing all these messages from our culture and from society and media that, ways to get a guy, ways to keep a guy, ways to get a relationship. We're kind of brainwashed from a young age that this is what our life path is. So then our whole life just becomes almost about that. Or just like we place so much of our own self-worth into that and into, are we single? Are we not? How much attention, how much male attention am I getting, etc. And I guess just once you realize, my favorite word, the scam of it all, then it just becomes a little easier to catch yourself thinking those thoughts or having those feelings and just pointing them out to yourself and reminding yourself that it's okay. I can navigate myself back to a place of self-love and I guess self-contentment, and I can block all that extra noise out. And it's definitely hard because, again, we're taught this from such a young age that this is our purpose in life, this is our goal in life, this is where our worth is. Our worth comes in our appearance and our proximity to, I guess, like marriage, or like, are we wifey or not? It can be really hard to break free from that. But it is what it is. So you can just catch yourself thinking those thoughts and nip it in the bud right then and there.